Hi, Paul Slackis, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to George Canyon. Hi, George. How are you?
Good, Paul. How you doing?
All right, good. Country music singer. Wait a second. You're from Canada. Could you be a country music singer from Canada? Is that possible?
Yeah, I was born and raised 30 minutes from where Hank Snow was born and raised.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a lot of snow up there. So
yeah, there's a lot of snow, too, sometimes.
Now, you were kind enough, and you are kind enough to come on out and talk about diabetes for American Diabetes Month, and you have a new single with the proceeds going to Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I believe you got diabetes when you were age 14, and you've done a lot of good things. Well, let's start there. So, how did you learn that you had diabetes? Then I want to talk a little bit about all the good stuff that you do.
Well, I was 14 years old, and it was Christmas time, so my anniversary's coming up, I guess. And my dad knew what was going on. He was chief tech of the lab. He ran the hospital lab for his entire career, so he knew exactly what was going on. I had all the typical symptoms, drinking anything in sight I could drink. I was peeing like crazy, tired, moody, just the normal, typical type 1 diabetic symptom. There was nothing weird about my symptoms. And tested my sugar, and I think it's around 782, I think.
Oy.
Yeah, and that was it. Went in the hospital. Dad waited. He knew, so he kind of waited, and then the day after Christmas, it was like, all right, come on, buddy, we got to go to the hospital and get you checked, and sure enough, boom.
Give me some background on the song that's going to raise some money here.
Well, I Believe in Angels is all about my kids, and it was a big hit for me in Canada. We just decided, I'm a huge advocate when it comes to type 1 diabetes. I talk to thousands of kids, all around North America, and their parents, about dealing with their diabetes, controlling their disease. But I wanted to do something just a little bit different. The JDRF is such an amazing foundation. They're doing such incredible work that I just wanted to help out in a different way. So I said, here, let's do this. Let's take my song. It's all about my kids. The type 1 diabetic community kind of adopted it in Canada. Let's take that and release it for free download in the States. You can download it. I think it's for the month of November, which, of course, Diabetes Month. And every time a download comes in, we're going to basically make a donation to the JDRF. So it doesn't cost the person anything to download it. They download it for free. But when we see that, count that as a download, we then in turn around and make a donation to the JDRF for that count as a download. And just trying to help make a difference.
You were born in Nova Scotia, is that right? It says here.
Born and raised in Nova Scotia. Yeah.
And then the Canadian Forces gave you an Honourary Colonel at the 14th Wing in Greenwood. Is that right?
Yeah, that's 14 Wing Greenwood's one of our Air Force bases. And 3 years ago, they made me an Honorary Colonel, and I take it very seriously. It comes with the rank of a colonel and scroll and uniform and all that stuff. And I treat the rank very seriously. I've been overseas 5 times. I've been in theater in Afghanistan 3 times, and very proud to wear the uniform.
Right, you should be proud. You are a proud human being because you do good, and when you do good, it's all good. You have an album, One Good Friend. Tell us a little bit about that, and congratulations on it.
Well, it was the album. We released that album right after Nashville Star, and that album had a lot of great songs on it that I'm very proud of. That album was a career worth of waiting, I guess, to do an album like that. I mean, I've been in the business since 1990. Always wanted to get that record deal, and when I got signed after Nashville Star to Universal South Records with Tim Dubois and Tony Brown, it was sort of like a lifetime dream come true, and then we cut that record.
Okay. Now, singing in Mandarin Chinese?
Mandarin Chinese.
Is that a dream come true, too? Or did you ever think that dream would happen?
No, I don't think I ever had a dream of singing in Mandarin Chinese. Sorry, I'm in an airport right now.
Okay.
That's where I seem to live most of my life lately, is in airports.
Uh-huh.
The Mandarin Chinese thing came up in kind of a strange way. It was the Olympics happening, of course, and they asked me if I would sing with this Chinese pop star. And I said, well, sure, what are we going to sing? Well, here's what you're going to sing, and it's in Mandarin Chinese. And I never turned away from a challenge, so I said, okay, I'm going to try to learn it. So I learned it phonetically and sang it phonetically, had no idea what I was singing. And after I did the song, I was then told it was live to China, It was also the Chinese government, the emperor. It was all his staff and right-hand man were sitting right there in the front row watching me do this. So I was glad I didn't mess up.
Well, you're doing really well. Let me ask you, you have this One Good Friend is the name of the album, but is there a song in there? You know, we're Good News broadcast, and we were talking, and we actually have some Good News Canada stuff, and I got an office over there in Toronto, and good news. What's good news for you?
Every day I wake up and get to be a husband and a dad and a musician. That's good news for me, I got to be honest. I lost my dad 7 years ago now with cancer. And at that point in my life, I kind of went, you know what, I'm just going to start being grateful to the Lord for every day He gives me, and that's how I live it now. So I tell you, in all honesty, that's good news to me. Every day I get is good news.
What's your website?
GeorgeCanyon.com.
Okay, my friend. Congratulations. I know you got a busy day here. The phone power is a little weaker than it's normally, and
yeah, sorry.
That's sorry. Okay. Music is a beautiful thing. You're doing a lot of good stuff. Thanks for coming out there. Let me just one quick thing. What would you say to somebody that just found out, unfortunately, that their kid got diabetes? What would you say to their parents and the kid?
This is what I say to kids when they're first diagnosed. Welcome to the exclusive club. You're a lifetime member, and that is not something to be upset over. Diabetes is something you can control very well, and so well that you can do anything you want to do. And if somebody tells you you can't do something because you have type 1 diabetes, you prove them different. You control your disease, and you live your dreams. And that's what I say every time.
And what do you say to that's to the kid. What do you say to the parents? The same medicine?
I say to the parents, one of the greatest things you could ever do for your child right now is get as much information as you can on insulin pump therapy, because that changed my life. That gave me back freedoms I completely forgot about in my life. So insulin pump therapy, and do not ignore the psychological side of this disease. When you're a kid and you get diabetes, 80%, in my opinion, of this disease is controlled via the brain. If that fails, they're not going to take care of themselves. So you got to make sure they understand and they don't feel ostracized away from their friends. And that's so important, because it's something that was missed and is missed a lot even today. And it's just vital. So that's what I tell the parents.
George, you're a good man. George, when you're in New York, let me know, please.
I will, for sure. Well, thanks so much.
Okay, maybe we'll do some do a gig together.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate that. That'd be awesome.
All right, I look forward.
Everybody,
Thank you, my friend. All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.